Today we got word that Joe Biden's miserable economy sank 1.4% for the first quarter of 2022. It is scary to watch an economy that President Trump had humming along even during the pandemic drop at a rate far greater than most analysts expected. So the question becomes, is a recession looming? People just want the bleeding to stop. We are worried about our 401ks. Heck, if this keeps up, we'll start to worry about our jobs. Who can forget 2008 and the years that followed that devastation? Because if inflation keeps on its skyrocketing pace, disposable income will become non-existent in America. And when that happens, the economy will tank, mark my word. The reality is steps could be taken right now to halt this economic freefall. But Joe Biden will not take any of them. Go figure, the solution is really simple. Get back to what President Trump did for America while he was in office, and that is unleash our energy resources. The price of gas hovered around $2 with Trump in office. Gas prices affect the price of everything. When energy costs are high, it costs more to produce goods and services, and it costs more to move goods and services. That's simple common sense. Yet Team Biden ignores it all. As our economy literally sits on the brink, Joe Biden today doubles down on his war on energy.
This is just another reminder of the imperative for Europe and the world to move more and more of our power needs to clean energy. In the United States, we're doing that right now.
So during this rare news conference today, Joe Biden literally spelled out his plan to actually sink America. Literally, he spells it out. To stop a looming recession and rein in inflation, you know what? Besides returning to American energy independence, which he refuses to do, here's what you need to do. You've got to cut government spending. Yet Joe Biden proudly proclaimed today that he wants to do the exact opposite. He's calling for another $33 billion for Ukraine. Now, look, we need to help the people of Ukraine. But at some point, other nations like Germany, home to Europe's largest economy, must pick up the slack.
We've almost exhausted what we call, the fancy phrase, the drawdown authority that Congress authorized for Ukraine in a bipartisan spending bill last month. Basically, we're out of money. And so that's why today, in order to sustain Ukraine as it continues to fight, I'm sending Congress a supplemental budget request. It's going to keep weapons and ammunition flowing without interruption.
Wait a second. Didn't he say we're out of money? We're out of money, Joe. We are. So while Joe Biden wants to send billions overseas, guess what else he's talking about? After he declares we're out of money, he's talking about canceling student loan debt, possibly up to $50,000 per student. The cost will be astronomical to American taxpayers. More billions we don't have to spend. And if you can believe it, he wants more money for COVID response. Now, wait a second. I thought Dr. Phony Fauci just told us the pandemic is over. Yet we get this from Joe Biden today.
We must also not let our guard down in our fight against COVID-19 at home and abroad. That's why I'm again urging Congress to act on my request for $22.5 billion in emergency resources so the American people can continue to protect themselves from COVID-19.
They literally throw around billions like frisbees. They ought to throw around billions like manhole covers. Not too easy to throw around, right? And of course, there are only two ways to pay for more government spending. None of them do well for the economy. None of them do well for inflation. One is print more money. That devalues the dollar and pushes the cost of everything up, simple economics. The other is to raise taxes, taking more money out of the hands of people. Democrat Senator Chuck Schumer loves the idea of hammering away at more taxes.
If you want to get rid of inflation, the only way to do it is to undo a lot of the Trump tax cuts and raise rates. No Republican is ever going to do that. So the only way to get rid of inflation is through reconciliation.
No, only a ding-dong would do that. And that happens to be all of the Democrats. I'm sorry to say it. They are so backwards in their thinking, unless they're actively trying to destroy America, which certainly appears to be what they're doing. So all of this leads me to believe that Joe Biden will lead us into a recession. How can it not happen? They're doing nothing to stop it. There isn't much that can save us from his destructive policies. Our only hope is that we can survive, scratch and claw through this year into next when Republican Congress can take over. It's a must, and we can put a halt finally to much of Biden's anti-America agenda.
Grant Stinchfield is on Newsmax every night, fighting for the America First agenda.